Greetings. In this segment, we're going to talk about the Supreme Court hearing this case 303 Creative versus Elenis, which implicates the battle over same-sex marriage and the obligation of businesses, to cater to people who live a lifestyle that they don't approve of. Now, this is going to implicate civil rights. There is, free speech, of the business, and so forth. But as far as the American Commerce Clause, which is, whether you like it or not, you put yourself into the national economy, even though you're a local person with, say, local values of your local community. Yet, if you do business in America, according to our Commerce Clause, and the Commerce Clause is one of those things that always wins in American Supreme Court jurisprudence. It is one of these things because we do international commerce with other countries that we don't agree with about their traditions, their cultures, their beliefs, yet we do business with them. So now this is, the bad news for Christians in a way, but I will tell you from a church perspective in this report why this is also a loser for a resource allocation of the overall religious movement to put your, resources into these cases that implicate same-sex marriage. The reason goes back to Adam and Eve. Adam was not supposed to be with Eve. Now, you may believe in traditional marriage, but there is no way around the fact that Adam and Eve were not supposed to be together. Everything that happened after that, east of Eden and so forth, kids and all that stuff that you may have. And yes, marriage is a great institution for raising healthy kids, that they have a mother and a father, a traditional marriage. I agree with all that. What we're talking about is gay marriage, but it implicates the case of Adam and Eve itself, and Pope Francis himself in around 2015 came out speaking in favor of gay rights as well. This is one pope. He's considered by some to be a liberal pope, but no, popes don't make these kinds of pronouncements, without backing of the church. And gay rights and civil rights and freedom of speech and all this, these are not all the same thing. As I said, within the church, you are not supposed to, have sex or be married at all. As a Catholic priest, you're not supposed to engage in sexual relations, personal relations. You're not supposed to have a spouse. So now it is permitted in the Protestant church. This again is kind of a compromise from the original rules. Jesus himself, telling his apostles, the closest to him, not to get married. The sexual act by Jesus, seeing it as a weakness in a way, and and in the end times, remember it says in Revelations, that the woman with bearing child, will know, W-O-E, it'll be woeful because it's hard to raise a child during wartime, during conflict, and to have the support of the community for that child, when the community is in disarray. So again, the message here is that this is splitting the church between, what we all believe in traditional marriage, but within the church, we're not even supposed to get married or have children. And this issue of same-sex marriage, and then with the bakeries and stuff that don't want to serve gay weddings or something like that. This is all getting into this area where church insiders, particularly Catholics who do not believe in marriage for the priesthood, these people cannot, sympathize with in the same way with those who are fighting this marriage battle about your right to not serve somebody who lives a lifestyle that you disagree with. There is no such right in American jurisprudence because of the Commerce Clause, and this is not going to be the case that is going to be a winner, in my opinion, because it'll split the church. It'll cause fractures between Protestants and their view of the priesthood and what a priest can do, and Catholics, which have, priests who are not supposed to get married. Earth Faith here, signing off.